got that going for me. P-dash, oof. Yep. Alright, and still in Champ Select. Just waiting out the Champ Select, and then we'll be on to staring down the spectator wait period. But we'll be able to break down the champion compositions once again, and we'll feel better about life. Now, one of the things I really find annoying with the game right now, and it was Georgia Tech's team composition, like to a T, is the denial game that was coming out. You had the Bard ultimate, you had the Kindred ultimates. You just had these AoEs that are extremely infuriating to deal with. Not that they're super game-breaking, but the fact of, okay, we're inside Bard's ultimate, we can't move or do anything for a while. Or, hey, that guy's in Kindred's ultimate, he can't die. All of these are very aggravating and very different experiences to League of Legends for a lot of the players that have been playing for, 5 seasons so far. Because up until Bard, you didn't have these broad denial AoEs that are, even team-facing. They're very difficult to conceptualize. And then, not only that, now you have this ultimate from Kindred, which is doing something completely different from anything we've seen, with the denial of death, which is such a new concept. Like, it's such a new thing that you kind of have to build around and adjust to, that it's very hard for teams that aren't playing constantly to be able to play against these types of compositions and play against them well. I feel that it really incentivizes the player, the one who is currently playing those champions, because the built-up experience by the opposing team against those champions is so low. So hopefully we'll be able to see some new familiarity with the team as they face these potential champion choices. And since we are waiting out Champ Select, I'm going to stare back into my chat log and see how that's doing. Oof. Oh, hey, we are up to 13. Yes, there will be a VOD of this stream if you'd like it. I can post it to YouTube, or it'll just automatically be on this channel, and you can stare down the past broadcasts. If I can get it up on this channel on Twitch, I probably won't go through the VOD mechanic on YouTube, since YouTube is a really big pain to get videos posted up on. I will definitely not do you that Debella Curva. We are... Trust me, you would not want to see that black hairy mess. That is just... Ugh. Is a new, fresh kind of hell. Trying to stare down anything of interest here from the southern bracket. Nothing really too eye-popping here. Nothing that's gonna surprise most folks. Wow, VCU already picked up their second win in their series, so they're already done. Wow, that was quick. Color me surprised, VCU coming in with two very strong teams into this tournament. They are going to definitely be folks to watch moving forward, as both their schools, just looking at their rosters into this tournament, yeah, both their rosters are full diamond. Not bad, VCU. Oh, well, I'm glad you like my analysis. It's not perfect, but it's, it's flavored with my experience through the game. So, the good, the bad, the many jokes that I've seen. So we will have North Florida on the blue side. We will have Georgia Tech on the purple/red side. So let's bust down what we're seeing here. Great change here for North Florida. I can really appreciate this. They've really gone to an engaged style composition here. They have the Malphite, Leona, Gragas. They can really add some great CC into team fights. I like the transition here. It's definitely nice when you have a clear vision of what your team wants to do when you get into a team fight. I'm a little worried about the Lucian here. Not a great team fight AD carry. Maybe would have liked to have seen a Jinx or not really a Kog'Maw. You could actually have gone Draven here if you were so inclined. Really gone well with the strong initiation, really high upfront damage, and get some burst out. Coming out on the tech team, you're going to see Yuke's Vladimir, which should scare you tremendously. Saber will be playing Lee Sin. You're going to have the Ahri back in the mid lane. Rice Fox will be taking up the Vayne, and you're going to see Thresh for Asian Devil. Really his favorite AD carry or his favorite support to play. So as he gets that going, we're actually going to switch into the loading screen. So you're going to feel better about that. Oh, Project Leona. Cool. I love the portrait for that. It's so, like, playing cardish. I'm like, this could be a trap card. If League of Legends had cards, that would ideally be, like, your hollow trap card. Wow, we are starting up real quick. I hear the music. Don't see anything. There we go. So everyone's loading on some Twitch now, allowing me the perfect time to get things rearranged here on the screen, and there we go. Actually, had very few things to switch around this time. So what do we see here for starting items? We see Malphite starting with a Flask, clearly looking to try and sustain his way through the early matchup with Vladimir. Vladimir bullishly starting with his Amp Tome Red pot. Does not need a whole lot of pots, since he will naturally get a lot of regen out of his Q and his kit. Plus AP gives him a little bit of health, as health does give him AP. That is his passive. For all of you that don't really see a lot of Vlad play, as he gains AP, he gets bonus health. As he gains bonus health, he gains bonus AP. Really nice little kit. Tech starting up with the 5-man roam into the topside jungle of North Florida. They are going to spot out the Malphite. Seikei knows he's got to get away. Will he be able to dodge? No, he does eat both the Thresh Q and the Lee Sin Q, but he is able to get away with the flash, but that is flash down, and against a Vladimir, being flash down will not help. Really heady play here by Georgia Tech. They noticed the ward pattern here for North Florida. They dodged it completely, were unseen up until that Malphite rounded the corner, and then that's just the moment where it's just like, oh no. It's where the butthole tightens so quick you just hear that little squeak come out. Yeah, I'm keeping it super PC here. Alright, so it will be bottom lane grabbing the Grump. It'll be the top and the jungle taking out the blue side big buff monster. So Elder Golem here is going to go down to the Yuke Saber combo. I don't really know how Vladimir is extracting blood from rocks, but he is. He's doing it, and doing it very well. Gragas, once again, soloing his side of the jungle, whereas Saber's getting a little bit of help. So, you gotta imagine Saber's like, yeah, I get by with a little help from my friends. Gusty, he's gonna get played in here by Asian Devil. Rice Fox does have Silver Bolts right now. Gusty gonna be dropped low. There is the Ignite, but Gusty is going to have to get out of dodge. And this Leona Lucian combo, which was supposed to have its real strength come at the start of this game, quickly whittled down after a poor positioning bout there by Gusty. Oh! Zenith Blade doesn't land, but thanks to the dive in by the Gragas. They might be able to pick one up here. Rice Fox and Asian Devil trying to get out. There is the flash by Rice Fox. There is the play. Oh, but Squishy, he does pick up the first blood. He is able to pick up Rice Fox on the early gank by Gragas. Kudos to North Florida. They're going to pick up first blood here, and that is going to be a good bit of confidence here for Squishy. He had a good game last time. Looking to start it off strong here. It's definitely needed to get some early kills into this lane for the Lucian Leona composition. They have to be the aggressors here. Vayne is not a terribly strong laner. And the key is they have to go on to this team from Tech. If you try running away from Asian Devil and Rice Fox, that's when the Silver Bolts are going to start coming up. You're going to get the Death Sentence coming out. You're going to get the plays, slowing you down, throwing you back. It's going to be very, very difficult for North Florida to survive this bottom lane if they try and play it passively. But if they go aggressive, really look for some kills, I think there's some space here for them to turn it into a potential positive. But there are some other areas on the map here that are going to need some attention now. This mid lane turned into a CS disadvantage last time. Young Sid doing a nice job here. Going on the Zed, he is able to keep up with CS so far. He's being pushed under turret, but he's surviving. He's down 7. We'll have to see if he's able to clean anything up on Is That Him. But we are now seeing Gusty and Squishy just not feeling confident enough to go in. I know you really want to wait to level 3 on that Leona when you have your full complement of moves, when you have your full complement of survivability. But you've just allowed Rice Fox to get to level 4. Asian Devil is sitting a level up right now. The kill is quickly getting eaten away here. Now Duke about to get engaged upon by the Gragas. He does eat the Q, but he dodges the body slam. Yeah, they will not have enough to chase him down. A good small dodge there is able to save Yuke's life from the engagement. He didn't have a word to spot it out, so that was all on instincts. And Gusty tries to go in on Rice Fox, but as Squishy goes in to try and land the Q, Rice Fox dodges, Devil lands the CC. They're able to pick up 3 hits. Squishy is just demolished. Now, he didn't go down, but he is at a quarter health already. Asian Devil and Rice Fox sitting well in this lane. We'll have to see if Gusty trusts himself again to go back in. He really needs to land one of his Relic Shield procs to heal up Squishy, as Squishy is just choking down the red pots. Is That Him going aggressive onto the Gragas? Will he be able to pick it up? Yes, he does pick up the kill onto the Gragas, but Is That Him will go down to Young Sid. Young Sid picks it up on the Lee Sin, double to Young Sid on the Zed. A switch of champions there, really providing a positive for the team from North Florida. But I have to say, this was what I was worried about with Tech. It's when things go your way that you feel the strongest, that sometimes the biggest lapses in judgment occur. They know they're in a good place in this game. They know if they take this game late, that it's going to be in their favor. They're playing now to get some kills and some flashy plays, and it's costing them. This is not, a slam dunk win for them. As it is currently, they are down 3-1 in kills. They're actually down 500 gold. The CS lead in top is not as lopsided as it was in the last game, as Seikei he's hanging with Yuke. You feel that Yuke is going to pull away now. He's got the revolver. He's got such great sustain, and unfortunately Seikei has had to spend a lot in pop. He's got 3 reds, 2 blues right now, and a flask. He has very little spent in combat effectiveness. So it's going to be interesting to see how this will go. Asian Devil lands a great play. Saber able to land the Crippled Tempest combo. Gusty able to escape using his Zenith Blade to get out. Teleports are canceled going into the bottom lane. as both Say, K, and you called it off, as they felt that, everybody was getting out pretty well there. But Squishy once again forced out of lane. He is 10 CS down. Not a tremendous amount of CS to be down, especially since he has the kill to make up for it. But that lead is quickly getting eaten into. So, effective gank there by Saber, well coordinated with Devil. You saw the lantern in. So everything working well. They are warded, but it looks like they should pick up the dragon. Oh! But we will see Devil leave the field. Is that him going to try and pick up the Zed? Young Sid still surviving for a while, enough to get some solid damage out. Unfortunately for him, he does go down. Gragas goes down, trying to attempt the steal. But it's still 3-1-0 onto the Zed right now. So he dies, but he picks up a kill. I think they could have gotten the kill without the Gragas going in. I know the Gragas was there for the steal. But maybe... Oh, is Saber going to go down? Is he going to... Oh! Oh! Saber goes down to the Grum. That's gotta hurt. And we got it on video. I may VOD that. If anything gets a VOD this game, it's going to be Saber dying to Grum. Oh, say K, why did you base there? Why did you base there? He's gonna go down. Young Sid eats the Charm Q combo from his to him. Luckily, he's got a Bilgewater Cutlass, so healing is not the hardest thing in the world for him right now. But has not been a runaway lane for him, despite being 3-1-0. He is down about 20 CS right now. Is that him is 2-1-1 in his own right, so definitely not performing poorly. This has not been, a matchup where Young Sid is just running away against his opponent. Young Sid has picked up a jungler. Yeah, he's actually picked up Saber twice. Saber is 2 of the deaths that have gone to Zed in this game. But the gold is now turning into Georgia Tech's favor. GT up about 1,000. The kills have evened out. And CS lead in top is growing. It's at 30 right now. They are trying to get another gank onto the top lane, but he is completely healthy. He's got his Will of the Ancients. He's going to move towards the Gragas, who is sitting on a pink ward right now. He's going to try and take out the pink as best he can. Gragas going to preload his W. Looking like he was readying for a fight, but now kind of backs out of it. Is that him now dealing with Young Sid? Young Sid goes in with the Death Mark. The Death Mark won't do enough. He tries to land the Ignite. Oh! But he catches him with the Q in retreat. Good play there by Young Sid. He is at 4-1-0. Having a nice early game here. And really, I think he'll have a nice game until the Quicksilver Sashes start coming out and until the Banshee spells start coming out. As soon as Quicksilver Sash hits the 80 carry, I have to say, I might also expect it to come out here from Is That Him? Just with the general play of Ari, since mobility is really your weapon on the champion. Quicksilver Sash, making sure that you're never immobilized for too long, can always be a nice buy, even though it's not, right in your wheelhouse. You're not saying, oh, well, I don't need to turn it into the blade. But it can help. Oh, no. God, why would you do a Quicksilver Sash when you could Zanya's Hourglass? I am mistaken. That is the AP item you need when you're facing a Zed. I am an idiot. Wow, this is one of the times where you say something and then retrospectively you're like, why did I say that when that was the most wrong thing I could say? He will buy, probably next, he will pick up a Zanya's Hourglass. He'll use the active when Zed goes in on the Death Mark, avoid all the damage, and, actually be a smart and competent League of Legends player, unlike me. Saber setting up for the gank here, expecting Young Sid to go in. Is that him trying to look as safely as possible? Saber now picking up. Oh, there we go. He's found the Gragas. And they've also found everyone! Everyone's there! Saber's just like, were we having a party and I wasn't invited? Well, it was a surprise party for him, and everybody came. And he wasn't ready. His platter of food was insignificant. He had a party of 5, and all he had was some Triscuits and a cheese plate. Just was not enough. Poor party planning. So that's going to be another kill found. Really funny. I really like this team as a team fight composition, but they're playing much towards a reactive counter-ganking pick style, which can work really well with the Zed. But with the Malphite Leona Gragas combination, I was looking for, you know, a lot more team-wide synergy with their moves, but I cannot fault CK for using the ultimate there. He secured that kill onto the Lee Sin, made sure that there was no chance for escape. Good play there. Now, a big work here is the fact that Squishy is going to have to leave this lane right now. He would be facing a fight against a Blade of the Rune King Zane with nothing but a pickaxe and boots, which is not a fight that Lucian can ever win. So instead, he backs. He's able to pick up a BF sword. Unfortunately, since he picked up the Vampiric Scepter, he is not able to finish out any item. So he will have partial pieces of a finished item going into this next fight, but he will have to face a Blade of the Rune King Vayne, who is going to melt this dragon. Between Vayne and Lucian right now, they are just able to take down this dragon so well. Lucian is actually off to the side here. He is not with the rest of his team. He is going to have to take the time to run. Gragas does come in, gets the steal. Nice move there by UNF jungler. Coming in as the Sun, able to pick it up. JK able to get in. Wow, they were able to get 3 on the knockup. Youngsid able to go in and pick up a kill. Gragas able to finish up Rice Fox. Agent Devil lands a good hook there. He's able to work his field to take down the support here. CK taking real low. He's going to drop. And all in all, it is a 3-for-2 trade. GT coming out ahead as Asian Devil did not go down to CK. But you've got to say UNF showing a lot more spunk this game. They brought a lot more to the team fights. You're seeing Young Sid 6-1-1 on the Zed. The question is, you now have a lot of gold centered onto one champion on your team. He's got about 6k. Closest on his team is 4.5. You're seeing 4.5 at least on every damage dealer on the Georgia Tech side. If you're dead right now, you probably have to start switching into split push mode. You're the only person on your team that's got comparable enough items and damage to survive a one-on-one fight with another champion from the enemy team. If he splits himself out, gets into one-on-ones with the other team, I think he could build some small advantages for his team and hope that the rest of the 4-man unit can fight off any advances here by Georgia Tech. It would be difficult, especially with the Death Sentence and Charms flying in. Tech has a moderate siege lineup. It is not a good siege lineup. The ranged wave clear is quite poor, as they really only have the Ahri. The Vayne will do you no good in a wave clear siege situation. But with the single target CCs coming in, they can do alright. Gusty trying to guide Rice Fox. Will they have enough damage? Rice Fox is so low, but here comes the stun. Gusty's going to go down. Saber going to try and pick up Squishy, but Gragas may have saved his life using the explosive cast. Gragas now just playing the perfect blocker. Young Sid trying to get in onto Rice Fox. He is denied. A great play there by Asian Devil. Yep, Young Sid cannot pick up the kill. He's going to go down to the Vayne. Seikei dealing with the Ahri here as Ahri just tries to stop him before he gets too far. Ahri going to clear out of Pink Ward while the rest of his team sieges onto the bottom side tower here. Saber very low. Gotta say, I'm a little surprised to see him out that far ahead with the rest of his team. Gragas trying to clear the waves as best he can. Oh, there goes Death Sense into Charm. He is so low. You trying to use the ultimate to get the kill. It will not be enough. Gragas is able to survive. Ooh, so close. So close. But that chain CC between Death Sentence and Charm, they didn't overlap by too much, which is a common mistake you see with teams that have really good chaining single target CC, is you see them used both in conjunction, and they waste a lot of the duration of the crowd control by putting them too close together. When you spread them out effectively, you make it that much more damaging. You can take what would be a poorly overlapped skill, holding someone down for 2 seconds. Now, with proper overlapping, you're holding him down for maybe 3.5 seconds. So, really good job on tech, learning their timings correctly, knowing when and where to throw their skill shots to make sure that everything's landing effectively and not just landing. Squishy gonna take a red buff here. Gusty trying to find some unwarded space here to set up a pick, but unfortunately he's gonna find Nuke and Asian Devil, and that shield's not going to last long. Ooh. Nope. Gragas saves another. Gragas' ultimate here has been used twice defensively, and twice it has saved a life. So kudos to Gragas in this game. He came in as a sub. He has a Dragon Steel, he has quite a few saves, and Squishy, he's going to get ganked by Saber and Ricefox. They're going to be able to pick up the kill. Although Saber does have to take a good amount of pain for it. Seikei trying to get in. Oh! He gets the ultimate flash by Ricefox. Youngsid trying to get a kill here onto the Ari. Will not get it. Instant hit picks up the kill. Gusty is very low. He's going to go down after the Death Sentence and the Sonic Wave lands from Saber. He's going to go down. So Ricefox, Devil, and Saber now are pushing onto the bottom side tower. They've got a minion wave with them. They've really been pushing this bottom side, trying to make sure that they get this objective on the other side of the map from the Baron, making sure that if they are contested at Baron, that there is going to be a wave pushing into a vulnerable side of the base. Ooh, so Georgia Tech not as clear as last game. Around this time last game, they had a 20k gold lead. This time, just 10,000. And I know just 10,000 sounds really odd to say, especially at the 20-minute mark. But there was marked improvement this game from UNF. They had a much clearer team composition. I felt that they had a better idea. They knew who they were and what they were doing this game. And I think this was a good performance by Young Sid. He was able to go 6-1-1, now 6-3-1, as unfortunately this is the time in the game where Zed's damage is starting to fall off, as he was not able to just, run rampant and snowball this game out of control. Good defense has really kind of stopped it, as there is an hourglass now on the Ori. There is a finished face of the mountain on the threat, who is going to stop him from getting on to Bane. Asian Devil has done a very good job playing defense for Ricefox, so kudos to them. Good bottom lane synergy, making sure that the support is keeping the AD carry alive. And you're staring down Yuke's Vladimir, who's 3-0-2. He is 60 CS up, and he has a finished Rylai's and Will of the Ancients. He is not going to die in team fights. Instead, he is just going to permanently just keep on slowing you, throwing out spell after spell, and if he finishes a death cap, he is going to be tanky as well. And he's just off farming on his own right now. He's at 183 CS, highest in the game. He's going to keep on pushing that, as Tech is really setting the pace here. They're making sure that UNF is fighting on their terms, and that GT is picking up all the farm they can possibly. They're farming 3 waves right now, whereas you see UNF is consolidated onto mid lane and 1 person in the jungle. There's only 1 lane of CS being taken here by UNF, whereas 3 are being taken by Tech. That is gold differential. That is how you build a lead without getting kills. Saber now fighting Gragas. I'm not sure he was even looking at the Gragas when he was in there, kind of just walked past them and walked back out, saying, oh, hey, there was Gragas here this entire time. Who would have guessed that this giant fat man was sitting in a bush? see you pushing pretty hard into the bottom lane here as 3 members of Georgia Tech are on the Baron. They are taking it, and they are completely unnoticed here. I would change the fog settings so you could see that UNF has no idea this is happening, but UNF has no idea this is happening. They're running towards it now as they had the feeling, but now they know the alarm has sounded. They know that the Baron is dead. Gragas, once again, barrels away to stay alive. Squishy going to ulti the minion wave, trying to stop the push, but Gutsy is going to have the death sentence land, and just like its namesake, it will be a death sentence once that thing lands right now. The minions are there. They are going to be able to tank the turret. Young Sid is not going to be able to clear them as easily. The Lucian ultimate does not clear the wave. It is just Georgia Tech's to push on. They will take the mid inhibitor and probably move on to either the top or bottom side right now. Or they could just push for game. Duke is very, very strong right now, and really looks like he wants to fight right now. They have very empowered minions. They look to end this one right now at the 24-minute mark. Will they be able to get the fight they need to end it? There goes Young Sid. He is jumping on the Rice Fox, but he is going to be kicked out. Will he be able to finish him off? Rice Fox still alive. Is that him? Still alive. Rice Fox kiting, damaging. He's going to pick up the Gragas, but is that him? Is that him? Picks up a double kill. That is 2 down. Saber picks up a kill on Gusty, but he's going to go down. He is slowed underneath the turret, has to eat 2 turrets at the same time. It is 3 down by North Florida. Devil flashes in, trying to catch Squishy with the death sentence, but the minions are there. They are too strong. There are only 2 left alive. Young Sid, he's going to eat a charm. He's going to have to retreat. He does not have the damage since the Death Mark did not get the kill. Yuke going onto the Summoner's platform and out. Is that him going in with the Zanya's Hourglass? But it's over. It's all over. The Nexus has exploded. It is a 2-0 victory for Georgia Tech in their matchup against North Florida. Looking at this matchup, I'm actually going to give player of the game over to Asian Devil. I thought his protection of Rice Fox this game was fantastic. The ward game was on point. And really, you saw in that last fight, when Zed is unable to pick up the kill with the Death Mark combo onto either an Arya or a Vayne, both very squishy, you know that this was kind of it. When Zed can't get a kill with the Death Mark, the game is veritably over for that team. Now, I give a lot of credit to UNF this game. They knew from game 1 last time that this was not going to be easy. They knew they had to make a big shift from their past 3 games, which had focused around a mid Morgana and a rotating list of comfort champions. They really tried to come in with an identity. They went with a team fight, engage composition. Kudos to them. They tried to play the game to the strengths of their champions. Unfortunately for them, this came down to mechanical skill. Georgia Tech right now, I think, just had the more experienced players. I do not fault UNF for that. They played the strategy they thought they could. They definitely showed that they had some team synergy. They were able to get, 5-man engages onto folks. They were able to get some picks, and they actually did get a gold lead early in this game. I think what they need to look at now is how to take that same level of teamwork and synergy that they showed in the early game of this one, look and see how they can spread out their power spikes all along a game while still fitting that team fighting synergy. And maybe if they can spread out their effectiveness over the length of the game, they can really come in and put up a better showing in some later tournaments and some later games. I think right now what they need is experience. They need to play a couple more games, maybe get into a league like a CSL and IVL, make sure that they're constantly playing. And with that, gain the experience, gain a little bit more mechanical skill, get a little bit closer to the meta, and I think they will have a definite future. They showed really good ability to change up after one game. Some things went well, some things went poorly, but I think there are some positives here to build off of. For Georgia Tech, things need to be cleaned up and cleaned up fast. Especially that game from Saber was extremely loose. We saw some early deaths that really should not have occurred. The double kill by Zed in the mid lane as Saber and Is That Him went very aggressive onto the Gragas. They were able to pick up the kill on the Gragas, but only after diving turrets. They were diving in between the first and second tier turrets in mid. Both died, giving 2 kills over to a Zed. That's not going to float in games farther on down the line. I know that they know that obviously this will not be a similar effort what they put in the next one. Against who I'm going to guess will be Virginia Commonwealth. So we are going to take a little trip on over here to the South bracket. Yeah, there we go. So this is the South bracket, folks. Texas A&M is up 1-0. Florida State University has closed out their game against University of Central Florida. So they are up 2-0 and into the third round. The other Georgia Tech team against University of Houston has not reported their first game, so we'll have to wait to see how they pulled out that one. 2-0 here, and VCU is up 1-0 on Kennesaw State. I'm going to give the edge here to Virginia Commonwealth. Interesting team composition as they pull in a Jace Anivia composition with a Jinx Alistar Vi combo. That's different. It's really different. And, you know, I look at KSU's team and I like it a little bit more compositionally. I understand it a lot more. You've got solid wave clear. You've got solid tower taking. This is just a siege engine. The only problem with the siege engine is the Vi. I don't understand if you're going to go siege style, why Vi would be your pick here. I think that there are better junglers for this composition where you could possibly do some other things, but that's irrelevant. For tonight, I think this is going to be the end of the coverage. I know it's really kind of random to go into the bracket like this and then just kind of leave it at that, but Tech moves on to the third round. Probably will face Virginia Commonwealth tomorrow, so please tune in at 3 p.m. As that is when the games will start back up tomorrow. Tech goes into round 3. Hopefully we will win round 3, go into round 4, win round 4, and be into the top 8. So that's it for tonight, folks. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you tomorrow.